Okay, so this is Christian on the 14th of March, and the video is for Fredrik, and I'm hoping that you will say, hey, this is not bad, and it hasn't got many threats either. I'm just worried that I made some big mistakes when it comes to constructing this. Anyway, so let's dive in. Okay, so what did just happen? So there are two parts of this code mainly, one on the top and one on the bottom. And the first part, it just kind of says how many instruments there are, how many voices. At the moment, I think it is okay to keep it simple, one hand and the other hand, two voices, hey. And then initial beat per bar, so that's 4. That will come in handy when it comes to meters, I think, later on. So this is self-explanatory. Notes, this is a 3-dimensional matrix, as you can see here. And then we have in the first dimension the tracks, at the moment two voices. Then initial beat per bar, like how many beats there are in a bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And each of those 4 beats have 5 arguments. So as if it was MIDI, I don't know how many there are, frequency, amplitude, maybe something else? Huh? Anyway, so here there are 5, and at the moment we only use 2 of them. The first one is in the synth-F, the frequency, and the second one, the amp. So if you have a look, frequency in the play path is just the rate. I know it's confusing, but it's the rate. So 1 will just play it normally, and then amplitude is kind of like just a volume. So the nil is because when we initialize this matrix, we don't want to have anything in it. And sample buff, we have 2 samples, we have 2 buffers that we play in the synth-F, so this will extend, we will have to extend this later. And then this, I talked about gen. So gen is just a function that generates a kind of random score in a way in these notes. What is happening here is that wherever it says, yes, put a 1 into frequency, put the same 1 into amplitude, because we don't want to have 1 somewhere where there is no amplitude, or 1 for amplitude and no frequency. It wouldn't make sense. So this is very basic now, and actually this is where your class, that number generator equal distributions, will come in handy. I think I just didn't get that yet. So I'll just quit these. That. So yeah, that's what happened here. We just generate the pattern, and we actually could have a look here. If I reevaluate, then it should be different. And it didn't get different, didn't become different, but now it did. So sometimes it's different, sometimes it's not. Anyway, so this is for the first instrument, the first voice, that at the moment plays one sound, the tuck sound, and the other one is for the second instrument, let's say the left hand, that plays the tack sound. I know this is maybe too much talking, because perhaps you just could look at it and understand, but hey, I'm talking already. So the second part is then where most of this simplification is employed, I guess, the simplification from, simplifying the routine and the tempoClock and all the stuff I had in the previous project. So then these variables, so this in a way is just repeating the initial beats per bar. So I'm not sure, I think maybe this can go together later, but maybe I think I have a reason for having this separate. yeah, okay, so this is beat per second. This is for tempo, yeah? So this is for tempo, how fast one bar should be played. Okay, so I call it beat per second because in these videos by Jeff Strong, where I studied this frame drum and etc., the brain entrainment, he is referring to beats per second. So if we remain at 4 beats per second, and you know there are 4, so that would be actually what we heard. That should help and train the 4 hertz brainwave pattern, brainwave rhythm, which is theta in the brain. If we increase it to 8, for example, then it should help us to entrain alpha waves because they start from 8-ish. So then we have a tempo clock. First, what we do here is we make sure that whatever tempo clock considers as a bar, which could come handy later or not, I don't know yet, is in line with our divisions here. So basically this one, sorry. So how many beats per bar there are. Okay, at the moment this doesn't have too much of a function, but maybe it will have later. So then I use this T play, which maybe is a good idea, maybe isn't, I don't know, to actually play the sounds. So then I do this kind of stuff here, where I use this modulo to divide the kind of like the iteration, the counting of how many beats there have been in the tempo clock. I divide it by, well, 4, and then that means that that I knew where in the bar the tempo clock is. So if it is on you know, here on number let's say 0 and it's not nil, then play this, and the same for the other hand. Okay, so I think maybe it makes more sense when you just look at it, I don't know. So then that is what's happening at the moment. Okay, so the last part I thought I just so at the moment it's kind of like randomly generating this pattern, which can be maybe useful, but what we might end up using is especially for this AES demo later, is we might just have preset pattern scores based on what Jeff says in his videos is useful when it comes to enhancing and training different types of brain waves. So then this maybe after executing will help make understand what I was just saying. So here, as we can see already, this is one note and then tum, 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 tum. So it's just played with different hands. Each, so beat 1, beat 0 is played here, beat 1 is played here, 3, I mean 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So actually there could be an accent here for the first beat in the bar, but let's just play it. Did I execute that? Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, so I think that's the thing I wanted to show you. I'll continue working on this, and perhaps I'll try to come up with an idea where where we can change the meter. So basically, maybe at the moment it's 4/4. Maybe we could change the meter to 5/4 in an easy way. And at the moment, the idea I think would be to reschedule the tempoClock. So without stopping it, I just remove everything with clear and then reschedule it with another division here and perhaps then here as well. I don't know yet. So anyway, I think that's it. Hopefully this is not too stupid, but I think it seems to work. I just need to test it with more instruments, I guess. And then, yes, one thing I need to also think about is how to use these efficiently. That's it. Thank you.